I'm doing very, very well. It's a nice, cool day here in North Carolina, and we're no longer in the 100 degree heat. It's kind of nice out.
All right. And our topic today is become your own bank. Take control of your finances and eliminate debt faster. Alan, what does it really mean to become your own bank?
Well, this is an absolutely huge thing for people to understand. I've been doing this for a decade and a half now since I learned how to do it. But I have a financial vehicle that you become your own bank and you borrow from yourself, pay yourself compound interest and not the financial institutions, and eliminating the effective interest costs you pay to the financial institutions when you borrow money. And 99% of people have no idea what effective interest cost is. But I'm going to give you a quick example. I was doing a tax-free retirement plan, or going to do a tax-free retirement plan for a gentleman that just had retired from the Army. He was 42 years of age. The first question I asked him, I said, "Well, how much debt do you have?" He said, "Well, we bought a new house a couple of months ago, Alan, and got a couple of car payments, a loan, and a credit card." And I said, "What's the interest rate on your mortgage?" He said, 2.75%. I said, "Well, that's excellent, but what's your effective interest cost on that?" He, Alan, I'm not sure what you mean by that. I said, "I'll tell you what, I want you to fill out this form and we'll do a Zoom conference the following week." And he did. And when we got on there, I said, "You've got $461,000 in debt. That's not your problem. The problem is the 49.76 effective interest costs you're paying on that 2.75% mortgage." He said, "Alan, how is that possible?" I said, "Because it's not going to get down to the 2.75 until the last couple of months of the mortgage. You got a credit card here that's over 90% effective interest cost. And even though you've got great credit, your average effective interest cost is over 46%. My next question for him was, what financial vehicle are you making 46% return on your investment on in your 401k or anything else?" He said, "Well, there's absolutely nothing. And I lost 10% in my 401k last year." I said, "Do you realize that 46 cents of every dollar that you pay goes out to compound interest for financial institutions? And that money's gone from you forever. You'll never recover it, but they'll use it for the rest of the time they have that money." And I said, "How long does it take you to pay your bills off the way you're doing it?" He said, "Oh, 20 some years because we're paying extra on the mortgage," which a lot of people do. I said, "You're putting $1,000 a month into that 401k, aren't you?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, take that $1,000 a month and do it for 10 years into this tax-free bucket of money in a whole life insurance policy. And at the end of 10 years, we're going to pay your bank off. I mean, pay your all your bills off 14.17 years faster. We're going to save you $73,000 in interest. And in the 10th year, there'll be over $130,000 in a tax-free bucket of money that you become your own bank. You'll never have to go to the bank to buy a new car, college education for your kids, or anything else. And you have a $400,000 death benefit to protect your family that's tax-free in case something happens to you. But the other big thing, you pay on this for 10 years. Now you're 52. Now we can do my other tax-free retirement plan and let this one grow. You don't have to put any more money in. You become your own bank. By the time you're 65, there'll be over $250,000 in this pile of tax-free money that you can use as policy loans to supplement your retirement that does not affect the taxation of Social Security or the means testing for Medicare Part B. And it doesn't affect it. It avoids probate, which is absolutely huge. There's no other financial vehicle out there that can do the things that properly constructed insurance policies can do. And then it eliminates or mitigates all the risk of retirement that a stock portfolio, bond portfolio, real estate, money market funds, CDs, or anything else, they only compound. You know, he said, "Alan, you got to make a dream of mine come true, but why don't people know this?" I said, "It's not college education. I mean, it's not rocket science. It should be taught in high school, but it's not." But I've got people with PhD degrees in accounting and finance, and they have no idea what I'm talking about. And I teach some of their classes, or been asked to teach some of their classes.
Wow. How does this strategy help people eliminate debt more quickly than traditional methods?
Well, it's the point to, like I just said, the effective interest cost. People have no idea about it, but when they become educated, excuse me, on the things and strategies that I teach them, uh, the and with this one program that I have, we can eliminate the the debt so much faster, just like I explained with this gentleman.
What types of tools or accounts are involved in setting this up?
Well, this one, because it's a debt elimination program, I set this up with whole life insurance. Now, you can do it with index universal life insurance, but I like whole life insurance because it has better guarantees. But it's got so many benefits, Neil, that other financial products don't have, and they don't have the flexibility or the capability of doing what these debt-free for life programs can do.
Can anyone use this strategy, or is it only for high earners or business owners?
Anyone can use this strategy. People would. I've had people put in $500 instead of putting their 401k, they're putting it into these policies. You can do it even $200, but it's not. The less you put in there, of course, the slower it's going to do this. But it's time for people to think outside the box, conventional financial planning, and stop paying the banks and borrowing from the banks when you can borrow from yourself.
What are the biggest misconceptions people have about this concept?
Well, first off, none of them are educated on insurance and insurance products and what they can do. We've all been inundated by the propaganda of Wall Street and fee-based advisors that the only way to save for your retirement is through a stock portfolio or a 401k. The people that make money off this are Wall Street and your fee-based advisors. People don't understand that a 1% fee in a 30-year period will reduce your income by 1/3. And the average fee in a 401k, Neil, in most portfolios is 2.99%. People have less than half their money when they go to retire, and then they get hit with taxes anywhere from 20 to over 55%. But the thing is, they're not educated on the benefits of cash value life insurance. And you always hear Susie Orman and Dave Ramsey say, "Well, and insurance is a bad investment." Well, first off, it's not an investment; it's an asset class all its own. And the banks have cash value life insurance as one of their top tier one assets, more than twice as much as real estate and 10 times as much in a stock portfolio. And you go to FDIC.gov or FDIC.gov, and you can see every major asset of every major bank in the United States, and they'll have cash value life insurance as their top tier one asset. And there's no other financial product, Neil, that can go. It can be a tax deductible if properly structured in a defined benefit plan, but it grows tax deferred. You get your distributions tax free. It does not affect the taxation of Social Security or the means testing for Medicare Part B, which will be huge. You become your own bank. You protect yourself. You can't eliminate. Well, you can mitigate it and possibly eliminate the extreme cost of long-term care, which right now costs between $50,000 to $200,000 a year, with tax-free money that's provided to you for pennies on the dollar in life insurance policies. But it's the greatest college funding vehicle out there, bar none. It beats the 529 plan, all the pieces, because it doesn't have the risk, it doesn't have the penalties, and it does have the restrictions that the government puts on the 529 plan. And the list goes on and on. There's no other financial vehicle that can do what property construction life insurance policies can do. And again, it eliminates the risk in retirement.
What's one success story that stands out? A client who turned their financial life and around and are using this strategy.
Well, just like that one guy that I told you about, but the perfect strategy is myself. I'm debt free. I haven't borrowed from a bank in 15 years. I bought a car last year. A matter of fact, 1 year ago. I borrowed from myself, Neil. Now, understand, there's two piles of money in your cash value life insurance policy. There's your tax-free bucket of money. That's your cash value. Then you have your death benefit, which was hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars more. When I take a loan out, it does not affect my cash value. It's a lien against my death benefit that I don't even have to pay back if I don't want to. But that cash value continues to compound even though I'm borrowing from it. Now, understand that. So when I pay myself back, not only will I have my car paid for, but I have tens of thousands of dollars more in my cash value that's compounding for me and not the financial institutions. Because when you take that money and borrow it from a bank, you make your payment of $500 a month, that money's gone. It will never come back to you. It'll compound for the financial institutions, but not for you anymore.
All right. The best place to go is call you at 910-551-1046 or email you at strategicwealth, the number 0 at gmail.com, or go to strategicwealthstrategies.com. Appreciate it, Alan.
Sure, Neil, let me tell you, everybody out there, I want you to know, I don't charge a fee for my counseling. It's all education. And like I said many times in my podcast, I want to teach people to think outside the box of conventional financial planning and create a paradigm